Hi guys, how are you? Well, I hope you're doing all good. So today we're going to see another video with Mr. Ziad, of course, which is about, of course, idioms. Of course, I guess everybody knows what idioms means, all right? So we have idioms, we have proverbs, and we have expressions, and we have sayings, and we have proverbs, or expressions. But today we're going to see idioms, okay? So let's begin with the first idiom, which is a bitter pill to swallow. So a bitter pill to swallow over here, as you can see on the screen, very simply means an unwanted or unpleasant situation that someone is forced to accept. Well, for the second one, which is a hard nut to crack. A hard nut to crack, as you can see on the screen here, a hard nut to crack. So what do you think a hard nut to crack means? Very simply, a hard nut to crack means a person or a thing or a situation or any problem, all right, that is particularly difficult to understand, solve, or deal with. A hard nut to crack. So let's move to the other idiom, which is a thorn in one's flesh or thorn in your flesh. So to have something which is thorn in your flesh very simply means a person or thing that is frequently problematic or annoying. All right. The second one is, or the third one, or the fourth one is tip of the iceberg. So what do you think tip of the iceberg may mean? So very simply, guys, tip of the iceberg, it's the only the part of something that can be easily observed, but not of the rest of it, which is hidden. The tip of the iceberg, so the very small part of the whole. So let's go ahead with the other one, which is the sharp and. So what do you think the sharp and means? So the sharp end means the most challenging or difficult part of an activity. For example, you have an example here. So this repair is pretty simple until we get to the sharp end, which is the most difficult part of the issue. All right. The next one is nip in the bud. So as you can see here on the screen, so nip in the bud very simply means to stop or prevent something at the beginning before it gets very, very strong or very difficult to deal with. So let's move to the other one, which is, all right, which is the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, which is very simply people who are never satisfied with their own situation. Of course, they always think others have it better. Of course, you have the next idiom, of course, shown on the screen, which is sit on the fence. Sitting on the fence means very simply to have your own decision or opinion when the need is. Or sometimes you cannot just be neutral. So you have to say your opinion or your opinion about something or your decision, all right? So the next idiom, which is, as you can see here on the screen, at the drop of a hat. All right, so as you can see here, at the drop, or let's say a penny for your thought, okay? It's simply ask someone what they are thinking about something, all right? An arm and a leg. So what do you think the word an arm and a leg means, guys? An arm and a leg is something which is very, very expansive, something which is extremely expansive, all right? All right, let's see the other one, which is at the drop of a hat, of course. A drop of a hat, it means to do something at the drop of a hat, means to do it immediately, without delay, something on the spot, very quickly. So the next one is back to the drawing board. So back to the drawing board very simply means when an attempt fails, so you have to start all over. You have to start from the very, very beginning. All right. So balls in your court. So balls in your court. The balls in your court very means it's your responsibility now. It's up to you. For example, you have an example here. I have done all I can. Now the balls in your court. So now it's your turn to do something. The next one is best of both worlds. So the best of both worlds is to have everything, all the advantages from two different opportunities, all right, from two different situations. So let's go with the next one. Bite off more than you can chew. Of course, someone who commits himself to something he cannot fulfill, or he commits himself to something he thinks it's too heavy for him. All right, so he cannot achieve. So the next one is caught between two stools. To be caught between two stools very simply means, all right, to fail because of the inability to reconcile between two things. I mean, two things. So you're dealing with two things. So you cannot reconcile. You cannot manage to do these things, or both of these things, or two things at the same time. All right. All right. So we have here, cross that bridge when one comes to it. Of course, you can deal with the problem when it arises, of course, not before it happens. So deal with the problem if it arises. All right. So here we have cry over spilt milk. Of course, cry over spilt milk, it means you cry for something which has already happened or has already changed. So don't cry over spilt milk means there's no use in worrying over past events which cannot be changed. All right, or to undo something or to change something which is already done. So no use to cry over it. All right. So curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat means to be very inquisitive about other people's affairs, and this may get you into real trouble. It's just to be very nosy. All right, to take care or to take care of others' business, or to mind others' business, which is very bad for others. All right. So as you can see here too, the next idiom, which is drastic times call for drastic measures. Very simply means, when you face extreme or undesirable situations, sometimes it's necessary to take extreme actions. This is very, very common for different situations. All right, so here, of course, as you can see, all these idioms. So I hope, these idioms, have been very clear for you, and wish to see you in the second part of this video. Thank you very much for watching.